Hi guys, Random here, back with the final. So what could you do in a Sidewinder? It's a happy occasion. It's a happy occasion. You're there with your fully kitted out sidey. Look at him. Looking great, looking lovely. And you've built up a bit of a bank balance. So what do? Okay. Right, well, for the purpose of this, what I would say to you is I would go in here and I would rate everything back to E. Yeah, I put everything you can back to E. I know, frame shift drive, E. Yeah, all this hard work you've done, put it all back. You can't do that one here, but never mind. Power distributor, E. But you see, when you're selling it, that's what you're selling the part for, and that's what you're buying the new one for. So you're getting money back. Okay, oh that's E already. Cargo rack, yeah, that was an extra one, wasn't it? So we can sell that. And yeah, there we go. Pretty basic sidey. Don't forget, take your weapons off. It does affect the sales price slightly if you don't put the fixed pulse lasers back on there, but really doesn't matter. It's fine. So let's sell the heatsink launcher. Remember it from the Sidewinder? Yeah. Let's sell the shield booster. And there we go. Completely stock. Pretty much, apart from that. Just have a double check. Make sure you haven't got anything worth any money still in there. And that's fine. And then we're going to go to the shipyard. And it's graduation day. So, you start off with your little sidey. And you've done all of the things that you've seen in the previous episodes. You know, you've been a pirate, you've been a miner, you've done some trading, you've done a bit of bounty hunting, missions, all good. You've made money. So let's move on. Now what you could move to, at the very low cost of 44,800, I'm not trying to sell you it, but you know, quite a low cost. You look at the cost of a Sidewinder, 32,000. 44,000. So for 12,800 credits more, you could get an Eagle. Now, the Eagle is a very capable little fighter, but it's a bit of a glass hammer. Okay? Shall we look at the Eagle? Let's look at the Eagle. Right. Let's purchase the Eagle and sell our current ship. I know. Confirm. Bye-bye, Sidey. So this is the Eagle. So let's go into Starport Services. We'll go into outfitting and you can have a look at the Eagle. It's your typical starfighter type design. You've got your wings there, your nose there. It has, instead of 2 hard points, it has 3. You have 2 mounted underneath, pretty much along the centre line, and 1 on the top. They're all small hard points, which is a bit of a shame, but unless you can get the Imperial Eagle, that's what you're going to get on there. And your internals, you can see you've got the old cargo problem again. Maximum with a shield is going to be, oh, I don't know, you probably get 8 in there, a class 2 shield, and maybe 2 in there, so maybe 10. Okay, but your jump distance is pretty poor. Alright, so that's your Eagle. Very capable little fighter. Yeah, okay. Or if Eagles aren't your thing, you could go for a hauler. Now, hauler is basically a flying box. Okay, you can kit this up. In fact, let's buy it and we'll have a look. There we go. So we'll buy this and we'll have a look at the hauler. and anytime you like. Thank you very much. Right, so we'll go to Starport Services, and we will go into outfitting, which will take a minute just to finish the animation there, and we're in. Right, so this is the hauler. Isn't it marvellous? The hauler itself, again, not too impressive. Okay, but let me show you something. Frame shift drive. Can't get the Class A here, which is a bit of a shame. But can you see there with the B, that takes you at nearly 18 light years. Yeah. Now this little beastie here, if you put all the lightest D-rated stuff on it, you can get it up to 30 light year jumps, unladen. So if you want to go exploring, this could be a good little starter ship to do it in. Cargo wise, okay, what do we got here? We got a 4 and a 4, which you can double, so you get that up to 16. You could get rid of your discovery scanner there, maybe, if you didn't want to go exploring. If you just wanted to do a bit of trading, you could get 16 in there, 2 in there, so it's 18. And if you were feeling brave, get rid of the shield generator, 22 tons. So that's not too bad for a bit of cargoing. Quite good. Just a little drink of water there. Okay, so that's the hauler. Bad point, it's got one small hard point. Okay, one. That's it. A little class 1 small hard point. So you're not really going to be wanting to fight in this ship. Okay. What else could you get? Well, we've looked at those two. Now the adder isn't here, unfortunately, but the adder basically looks like the hauler. It's a little bit rounder at the front, but similar shape. Okay, it's got 2 small and 1 medium hard point, but it takes less cargo and can't jump quite as far. Okay, so that's the difference between them. It's a bit more expensive. I seem to think it's about 68,000. I might be wrong. It's a number that is appealing to my brain at the moment. Now, if you've been going along the Eagle line and you wanted to continue with a fighter, I would suggest you could do a lot worse than going for the Viper Mark III. Now, the Viper Mark III, pretty manoeuvrable. 2 medium, 2 small hard points. Not going to get a lot of cargo in there. I mean, standard, it comes with 4 tons. As you know, you can double that for the slot it's in. So that'd be 8 tons. And maybe you'd be able to get a little bit more in there. But it is no cargo ship. Okay? So it's not very flexible. What I would suggest, and where we're going to go for this particular video, is the Cobra Mark III. Now the Cobra Mark III is quite possibly the best all-rounder ship in the game. Okay, it is not brilliant at any particular aspect, but it's very good at all of the particular aspects that we've looked at. Again, a bit more water. I've got quite a dry throat today. Don't know why. Excuse me. Right, so the Cobra, let's go into outfitting and we'll have a look. Again, as with the Viper, same weapon loadout there. 2 medium, 2 small. Okay, so you can put some decent weapons on this. You've got 2 utility mounts, so you can have your heatsink, your shield generator, shield booster. If you wanted to put chaff on there, you could. You know, choice is yours. And then we've got the internals. Now you see here cargo capacity of 18 tons as standard, and like I said, you can double that. So that can go from an 8 to a 16. Same there. That could go up to 4. You've got an empty one there, you can put 4 in. So that's 16, 32. With that would be 36, and with that it's 40 tons. So you can do some decent trading in this. If you upgrade the thrusters and you know, make it light with derated stuff, upgrade the shields, you can get a pretty respectable little fighter. If you lighten everything down, you know, I think it's 27 light years, something like that, you can get it up to for the jump range, so you've got a pretty decent explorer. And because of all the internals you've got here, pretty much from here downwards, you can do what you like with. You know, the engine's going to go where the engine's going to go, the thrusters have got to go where they've got to go, all the way down the line until you get to the fuel tank. That one has to be there. You can put an additional fuel tank in. So if we wanted to put a fuel tank in, let's go by module type. Fuel, where are you? Fuel tank, there we go, capacity 2. So if we bought that there, you'll see all we can put here are fuel tanks. But you can put an additional one in if you wanted to, which is, you know, entirely up to you. So from here down, you can chop and change it as you wish. You can run without a shield if you want to, or you can run with a shield. Makes no odds, okay? Entirely up to you. So whatever we've covered previously, this ship is as good, if not better, than the Sidewinder. It will jump a bit further. It carries more. It has better weapons. It has a bigger shield. So everything that you've done, you can do in this ship. Now, let's go and have a look at the price of it. 349,718. If you have done everything that is in the previous videos, you should have way more than that by now. And you should be able to get yourself your Cobra, and you should be able to kit it out. Now, I'm going to kit this out as a starter Cobra, okay? First things first, you don't want the tiny little pulse lasers that are in there. You are going to want something else. You're going to want, I mean, you can go mining in this ship if you want, so you can put a mining laser in if you would prefer. I'm going to go by module type just because it's easier. You can see there, you get the class 1, class 2, different sizes. The class 2 is obviously the medium, the 1 is the small. So if we have a look, see here for there we go, pulse laser, gimbaled. That little cross there tells you it's gimbaled. I'm going to put that in on the mediums. 35,400. So yeah, it's not cheap, but it's what you need. So pulse laser, there we go. So we'll put them in there. And then in the smalls, personally, I go for multi-cannons. I find this quite a good loadout. So let's put the multis in there. Multi-cannon, there we go. So we've got our small multi-cannons and our medium pulse lasers. Brilliant. In the first utility mount, I would normally put a shield booster. I'm just going to put the one that came off the Sidewinder on there. And in the other one, I would either a heatsink launcher, chaff, or possibly a point defense. But we'll put the heatsink launcher back just for this. Okay. So there we go. So that's our hard points loaded out. Right. Now, if you're going to start off I would suggest going for D-rated stuff if you can. So here we get a D4. Thruster, I would go a D4. Frameshift, up to you. I would go for an A4 if you can afford it, or if they sell one. Here they don't. So I'm going to go for a D4 just for the lightness. Life support E3. Have you got a D3? No, you haven't. So, okay. Power distributor E3. Let's go for a D3 if they've got one. Again, if you're going for a combat loadout, you'd probably want an A in there, an A3, just because it boosts everything back up a bit quicker. Sensors, D3 if you can, just for the weight. And now you're into your internals. So we're going to go for a combat loadout on here. Okay, so let's look at the shield generator first. Now, shield generator, you want the best one you can get, basically. Here, that's an A4. Now, that's 1.6 million. Yes, I know it's a lot of money, but if we just look back a second at let's go class descending, shall we? Shield generator, there we go, D-rated one, 59,000. You can go for a C-rated, 178, or a B-rated, 536. I wouldn't get a bi-weave. Okay, not yet. Anyway, bi-weaves only come in rating C, which means they're not particularly great. They're pretty power hungry. You know, well, 2.2 is what the C-rated ones take. The thing with the bi-weave shield is it isn't as strong, but it comes back a bit more quickly than a standard shield once they go down, which is great. But if you're in a battle with another ship and you want to put all your power to weapons or power to engines, or you know, you can't really rely on a weak shield. You need a strong shield. So for this, I am going to put the A-rated one on. I've got the money. You might not. So just get the best one you can afford. All these cargo racks, do we need them? No, we don't. What we need is hull reinforcement if we can get it. So I'm just going to put the standard E's in there, which is fine for what we're going to be doing. So hull reinforcement. Where are you? There we go. E4s. I mean, put in what you can afford. If you can't afford an E-rated one or an E4, get an E2. You know, whatever you can afford. Again, with this, really don't need a huge amount, so we'll go for a hull reinforcement package there. For this empty one, have we got an auto field maintenance jobby? Yes, we have. Okay, so we'll put one of them in. Discovery scanner, you know, you might as well leave it. You'll need it at some point. Right, so there's our loadout. Now, because it would be rude not to, where are we? Paint jobs, here we go. Let's go in, let's go tactical crimson, shall we? There we go, tactical crimson. We've set a fire group, yep, okay, right. So let's put our fire group up. And we'll have pulse lasers on fire button 1, multi-cannons on fire button 2. We'll have the discovery scanner on 1 and the heatsink on 2 for the other one. Okay, yeah, pretty simple. Right, something I should do before I go anywhere. Let me just sell off some data, just in case I get died. Died. Yeah, just in case I get shot, even. Oh, first to discover. Look at me discovering all this stuff. Each one of these is now a planet or a star with my name on it. That's cool, isn't it? Well, look, there's a whole system there. Rago DMMB52-0. I'm going to write that down. Rago DMMB52-0. Nice. Okay, let's sell a bit more. Okay, right. And just because I'm curious, let's have a look at that that system and see how many we got. Rago DM-M-B52 -0. Go. No. Okay, so it's a little way away. Let's have a look in here. 832 light years away from where we are at the moment. So let's... Oh, I didn't discover that first. Oh, look! Randomhato. Ah, so these guys scanned these two and then didn't bother. Ah, discovered by me. Any more? Oh yeah, discovered by me. All discovered by me. Look at that. Ha ha ha. I'm taking over the galaxy, don't you know? So there we go. Right. I wonder what that did to my thingy rank, actually. Oh, apparently I'm a Pathfinder now. That's good. Now, it tends to take a moment or two for these to catch up. I've noticed that. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to home. We'll refuel. We're all ready to go. And now, what I would suggest to you is have a look at your system map. Find a planet with rings, such as this one. And just make that your target. Exit out of here. We've got a message up there. Oh, no. Let's have a look. Promotion to Pathfinder. Nice. Impressive record of exploration. Indeed. I have been promoted. This makes me happy. Right. So let's press the right buttons. Let's launch out of here. Now, you'll notice a few changes when you get out of your little sidey into the Cobra. First off, you can still land on a small landing pad. Okay. The ship is a bit bigger, but it's not that much bigger that you need a different size landing pad. So, if we have a look here, you'll see same size pad. Okay. You'll notice that it's not quite as manoeuvrable as the sidey. You know, the response isn't quite as immediate. That's because it's a bigger ship. It's got more mass. You know, physically it's bigger. Okay, so let's head over here. No, you can scan me, I don't mind. Nothing going on here. Right, so let's get the landing gear up. Now, the Cobra is very quick. Okay, we're doing 210 here with 2 pips. Now, bear in mind this has only got D-class thrusters. 280 there as 4 pips, and now we boost. 400. It's quite a quick ship. Now, we haven't got a kill warrant scanner, but I wouldn't worry about that. This is more of a demonstration as to what the difference is for you. So we should get there reasonably quickly once we start accelerating. Yeah, starting to pick up a bit of speed now. Well, unidentified signal source. Do you know what? For a laugh, let's go and have a look at that, shall we? Let's just knock a little bit of speed off. There we go. We'll drop into this. It's a bit closer than a ring if we've got a pirate lurking about in there. And we might be able to get a demonstration a bit closer to home. So, any moment now, we should be able to drop in on this. And let's go. Right. What have we got here? We have got some ships. Marvellous. We have a couple of security service. And we have pirates. By the look of things, who are you? And what's going on with you? Come on. You're wanted. Right, so, do you know what? Let's get the guns out.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Oh dear. Oh dear. We've exceeded our power. Oh, right. Well, don't panic. We can get away with this. Right. What don't you need? Frame shift drive can go off. Life support can come back on. There we go. We don't need frame shift while we're having a fight. Okay, so this chap here is wanted. He's in a Viper. So it's a pretty good demonstration, actually. So we're there. Let's put all pips into weapons. Just for the time being. And we'll get his shields down. Now the Viper's quite a quick ship. But the Cobra's also quite a quick ship. So there we go. And now we'll put him around. You'll never outmaneuver a Viper. Especially if it's kitted out properly, because they generally do manoeuvre far better than the Cobra. So you've got two security service over there ganging up on that other ship. I don't know what he's in, but we'll go and have a look at that in a second. Right, so that's that one dead. Oh, the other one's blown up as well. Oh, there we go. 1700 bounty. So there you go. I mean, that's a much closer to home than I intended, but it's a much more capable ship in pretty much every respect. So let's lock destination here for the terminal again. You know, you've got the cargo, you've got the hard points, you have got a bigger shield, you can take a bit more punishment. That's where I would recommend you go, if you can, after the Sidey, to a Cobra Mark III. Yes. There is the Cobra Mark IV as well, but the Cobra Mark IV is pretty meh. There's another USS here, let's have a look at that. Yeah, the Cobra 4 is pretty meh. It's got one extra small hard point, which is okay. We've got a weak signal source, unidentified. Let's go for the unidentified one. I like the mystery. Yeah, you've got one extra hard point, which is okay for mining, but it's not as manoeuvrable. It does take more cargo, which is nice. We've got an Eagle there. We're going to get to fight. We are marvellous. Okay, let's get
Power plant capacity exceeded.
suns out, guns out. Right, here we go. So we'll get you first, Mr. Eagle. Now remember how manoeuvrable I was saying the Eagles were? Look at us. We're not outmanoeuvring it, but we're having a pretty good go at keeping up with it, aren't we? Okay, that's him down. Now let's have a look at this other one and see if they're wanted. Because they might be. Mark 3 Cobra, good ship. They're wanted. So let's give it a little boost. Let's get a bit closer. Let's go and say hello. Right. No, it's chaffed. Okay. Let's spin round then. Go and see him. Oh, security are helping us out with this one. It's good of them. Right. Shields. Nice. Okay. So now, let's just pepper him with some of the old multi-cannon shells, eh? Oh. Yeah, much more capable ship than the Sidewinder in pretty much every respect. There he is. Right. Looks like he's got a turrets on the front there. But why you would have them on a Cobra, I don't know.
Target shields online. Target shields offline.
Oh, and he's chaffed, so let's deselect him so we can just shoot him with fixed weapons. I mean, it could be, I mean, he's rated as dangerous, so it could be that the ship's quite well upgraded. There we go. See what we get for him. 3.5 grand. That's not a lot actually for a dangerous Cobra, but we can live with it. Right, let's go back to Shen, shall we? So yeah, there we go, guys. That's the Cobra Mark III. What I suggest is the successor to the Sidewinder. Oh, we're almost on top of this, aren't we?
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, the successor to the Sidewinder, in the respect that it again is a multi-role ship. It's got the ability to cover pretty much every role you like. It's not the best ship at mining, it's not the best ship at pirating, but it is probably the best ship in the game to do everything. Apart from the sidey, because we love the sidey, don't we? So while I take this back home, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you did miss any of the episodes, make sure to go back and check them out, because it's just amazing what that little tiny starter ship can do. I love me a Sidewinder. But the Cobra's not bad either. It's your next go-to ship, I would suggest. Maybe get an Eagle, go do a bit of bounty hunting, earn a few bounty credits, and then go straight for the Cobra. The hauler, yeah, it's okay if you want to go exploring, but I wouldn't really use it for hauling stuff around because it's really a bit too small.
Docking request.
You know, you want loads of sort of 30 or 40 tons to make it actually worth some money. You think if you got 1,000 profit per ton.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
No, don't want them out. I want landing gear down. If you had 1,000 profit per ton on 40 tons, 40,000 on one run, yeah, that'll buy you a an eagle to go play with. Well, all but, you know. So there we go. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching, guys.
Docking successful. Engines
Don't forget,
disengaged.
smack the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And leave me a comment if you've got any suggestions. But for now, it's Commander Random. Signing off. Take care. See you again soon.